on a hot July afternoon, it's nice to get out and see the countryside and practice a few skills. So today I'm going to have a go at some feathersticks, but there's some other things I've found en route. Now here's an interesting little find. Just growing underneath this dead fallen willow is a Ganoderma fungus, Ganoderma applanatum, also known as the artist's fungus. And I'll take this off and I'll show you exactly why it gets that name. So as you can see with the Ganoderma underneath, it has this nice white porous surface, which is pretty much like a piece of paper, and if you get yourself a stick, you can literally draw into it, and I'm sure that this technique has been used for thousands of years. So as you can see, it's quite a useful little drawing board. Now behind me, this is a goat willow that's just fallen, and such is the nature of willows, they do tend to have this ability to just fall down and then procreate by asexually planting down sticks or small branches back into the earth, and then they'll sprout up again. So for instance, if I take off one of these small branches and stick it in the ground, come back, and it will actually start growing again. But the thing is, what I'm looking for is the dead wood on here, the standing dead wood. It does retain a lot of living tissue, so there's a good little technique that if you ever want to find out, especially in autumn when there's no leaves around, how to tell whether a branch is dead wood or still alive. I'll just show you how to do that. Now here's a piece of dead wood, and what you're doing is, once you scrape away the outer bark towards what we call the cambium underneath, if you see a brown colour like this, that means this will be dead wood and suitable for what we're looking for. Now I've introduced a piece of live wood, and what I'm going to do is just scrape the surface, and as you can see underneath there's a light green, which is the living tissue. So this technique I've used many times in gardens where people said to me something was dead, and then you just literally just scrape the bark, and if that's still going on underneath, regardless of any leaves, it's still alive. Now this is the sort of wood I'm looking for. It fits the bill perfectly. It's about wrist thickness, it's a willow, it's standing dead wood, and it's straight. So I'll take off a couple of these branches and then I'll batten them down, ready to start making feather sticks. Other species can be used, such as sycamore, pine and sweet chestnut. Okay, so I've cut myself off 2 pieces from that long branch there, at the sort of forearm's length, and what I'm going to do now is just batten them into 4s. So I'll have 4 sections from each one. As you can see, there's no side lateral branches, no knots, things like that's what I'm looking for to get the best feather sticks from this wood. So here we go. So now you've got your sections, what you want to do next is get one of the batons and start to make your feathers. Now the technique for this is to get the blade, hold it tight, and then pull the wood towards you. Alternatively, you can put it down and push down, and all you're doing is having a really slow and just a slight angle slicing motion down until you start to get a build-up of what we call the feathers at the end of the wood, which should be used for your fire lighting. So here we have the end result. These are feather sticks. These will get you out of trouble in probably the worst conditions, wet weather. They will take the tiniest little spark at the end here, and if you notice, they've got very thin necks, and this will help start the fire. This is the tinder, this becomes the kindling, and this is a great little technique to learn and to practice, especially on days like today. So good luck with that.